Everybody, as you can tell from the countdown clock right here, we're about to get started. If you've been here before, then you can just come back when the countdown clock hits 0. But if this is your very first lesson, then I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, so if you weren't here last week, don't worry, you didn't need to be. We're doing a brand new song this week, and if you haven't played piano before, don't worry, we're doing 5 different levels. You can definitely do level 1. You are going to need to click on the PDF button right over there though, download the PDF and print it out because that's all the music for all the different levels. Now, as you'll see in your PDF, in the upper right hand corner, it tells you what level that page is for. So on level 1, you're going to want to have that level 1 page, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you can just ignore those. Just stay on level 1 for the entire lesson. You will want to find the chart though that has all of the notes listed out with all the letters on it, because that's what you're going to use in order to play your piano along with me when I'm playing. So if we're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, the track would go something like this. And as I'm playing it, I'll show you where all the notes are and where all the letters are. Don't worry about that. But then you're going to play along with me when I'm playing the track. Now, after we've done level 1, I'll show you everything you need so you can practice the song throughout the week. Then we're going to level up, and that looks like this. And now you can see we're on level 2, right? So at level 2, then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, but each time the track plays, I want you to just play the track that you're on. So if you're on track 1, if you're on level 1, then each time, you know, we're doing our thing, we're going. Each time we start that, I want you to completely ignore the notes that we're playing, and you just play your level. So you would play. Because that's going to work with, the track's going to work with your level every time we play it, no matter what level we're on. So we move on to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You just stay on the one that you're comfortable with. All right, so all of these lessons are completely interactive. That means we want to hear from you right now. So go ahead and click on the chat button right over there. Put in your name, you don't have to put in a password, and then you'll be talking with all the other students who are logged in right now, as well as some of my assistants who can help you and answer some of your questions. If you've got a question though that you don't think they're going to know the answer to, and you want to ask me personally, then type your question in the box below this video, and then you'll get your answer to your question directly from me. Now at the end of level 5, we're going to raffle off some prizes. These prizes change up every single week. If you're the winner of the prize, you need to let us know right away what prize it is that you want so we can send that out to you. You can tell my moderator, you can let us know at mailbag@learnpianolive.com, email us there. You can fill out the contact form and let us know, but just tell us what prize you want so we can get that out to you. If you're not the prize winner, or if you want to know how you can earn more points so you can be the prize winner, then just stay tuned after the lesson and I'll let you know. All right, you've been very patient. That's all I gotta say. It's time for the lesson. I hope you've got your PDF. You're ready to ask some questions. I'm ready to answer them. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin and this guy is Nathan, and if you've ever been here before, you've probably at least talked to him. You might have seen his face before. He's really, really good at piano. So kind of the point of the in-studio student is for you to see someone who's like just kind of struggling with the song and learning the song, but that's not Nathan anymore. So what I did today was I didn't even give him the music for the song. So he has no papers on his practice piano. He's just gonna have to go and you look scared, but you're not really. I know this guy. He's a tricky guy. Anyway, so he has no music, so he's going to be trying to learn the song just by watching me or figuring out by ear or something like that. You all have the PDF. Make sure you have that downloaded. And if you want to chat with the other people who are here, then you can always talk with Kendra. She's the moderator today. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Of course you are, and I'm doing just fine too. So anyway, jump in the chat room, talk with her, talk with Nathan, or just work hard on the song. But anyway, let's try this thing. Bingo. forgot, of course, sorry, Clopple, our ever-impatient mascot penguin, will jump in. I don't know what penguin has to do with piano. Black and white. Keys. Maybe. I don't know. That was my best guess. Anyway, you. Out of here. Go practice, sir. Or don't practice, or whatever. He's really, really good. So you, although, let's practice this thing. We've got the first note that we need on this one is going to be a G. So in order to find a G, you just got to notice that we've got sets of 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes. Take any group of 3 black notes, like those right there, and just take the middle note and drag it down, and you'll always land on a G. So that's a G right there. Also, you can start right here if you want. If you take this middle black note and drag it down right there, you'd land on a G. But take the middle of any group of 3, drag it down, you'll land on a G, and then where you want to go from there up to a C, because on this thing right here, you can see we're going from G up to a C. This direction is up, this direction is down, so we want to go from G up to C. That's up 3 notes. So after a G is an A, because G is the last note, so it starts over after G, so it goes G, A, B, C right there, and so we're going to start on G, C, and that's the first 2 notes. That's those 2 right there, and as you can see, we got 2 more C's before we drop back down to a G. So we've got G, C, 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 G, just like that, and that's the beginning of Bingo. Let's try this thing with the track that you have. It would sound something like this. Let's try that again. That was pretty fast. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Bam, you're in. Let's try it again. Ready to go. 2, 3. There. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty fast. Anyway, after that, G is going to be 2 A's. Like I said, G is the last note in the musical alphabet. So right after G, it just restarts again on A. So we've got G, A. That's going to be your A right there. We've got 2 of those. And then we've got 2 G's right here, and that's the entire first line, and actually you're getting pretty well into the song by then. So we've got G, 3 C's, back to the G, 2 A's, and then 2 G's. Okay, let's try that much with this extremely fast track. Here we go. 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog and okay. So that G that we had before, or that, I'm sorry, the C that we had before, we had 3 of them right here. That's the same note from right there. We need 2 of those. Then we need 2 D's, which is just 1 note up from there. So right there. And then up 1 note from there, we'll land you on an E, but we only need 1 this time before we pop back down to that C that we started on. So that whole entire second line goes, Bingo was his name. Oh. And then this thing right here, we're going to use the same pattern but with different notes. Let me show you what I mean by that. If you play, I don't know, any note, I'm going to take this one. You play 2 of these, and then 3 of the one right next to it. Just like that. So you have 1, 2 of those, and then 3 of those. And then if we did that exact same thing, starting on, I don't know, pick some other random note, this guy right over here. So play 2 of these. That's the pattern that we want. We want 2 of a note, and then 3 of the one right next to it. So we want to start that pattern on an E. That's the pattern. We want to start that on a D. That's the pattern. We want to start that on a C. That's the pattern. So 3 of the same pattern all in a row, starting first on an E, and then starting on a D, and then starting on a C. So it looks something like this, starting on an E, then starting on a D, 2 of those, 3 of the ones right next to it, and then that same pattern starting on a C, 2 of those, and then 3 of the D's. And then this is going to be the hardest part of the entire song right here. So this might take you a week or 2 to work on just this set of notes right here. And Bingo was his name. Oh, it's pretty much just all the next note over with the exception of this guy right here. Right there, you've got to jump from a B to a G, like that. C, B, G, A, B, C, just like that. Okay. Clopple says this is the last time through. Also, Clopple needs to turn off the sound on his timer so we don't hear his countdown each time. That's how he gets us with a trick with the timer. Here we go. So, on your mark, get set, and 1, 2, go. on a D. Same pattern starting on a C. And then the tough parts, C, B, G, A, B, C, C. Okay, so if you got any of that at that crazy pace, you're doing just fine. I didn't clap this whole time, just not even probably paying attention to the lesson, just sitting there with his stopwatch going, oh, so boring. Jamin is still talking. How long till the movie? Now it's time for the movie. Here we go.
Okay, go find it. Line him up just right. Wait, now everybody be quiet so he can hear. I think he had a little trouble hearing the toy. Ready? Wait. Pass up. Excellent!
1,000 toys.
And she knows the name of every single one of these?
I hope.
I find this hard to believe, so I test Chaser's memory with a random sampling.
Chaser, find Inky.
Well, she got one right.
Find Seal. Whoa!
And that one too. In fact, she got all 9 right. But what about a new toy she's never seen or heard the name of?
Chaser's never seen Darwin, hasn't even ever heard the name Darwin. So we're going to see if she picks out Darwin by inference. Find Darwin.
I have to ask her again.
Okay, Chaser. Chaser. Find Darwin.
Darwin, it got... And that's called perfect pitch. That thing at the end where you can, like some of you already have this, so this is not surprising or amazing to you. But for the rest of you, it's totally amazing to us. You can just hear a note and know what the note is, and that dog had it. I don't even have it, man. All right, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
And no, that didn't have anything to do with music at all, except for that last video. It was just because of Bingo, the dogs. I don't know. This is level 2. We're going to do all the same exact stuff that we did on level 1, except now we're going to put it on the official lines and spaces that all the pros use. This is called sheet music right here, and this is called the treble clef, and each of the lines and spaces represents a note, and all of those are graphed out right there. So if we take a look at the second line, this is the first line, and there's the second line. If we take a look at the second line and the note that is on the second line, that is a G. So anytime you have a note in the treble clef, that thing right there, and you got a note on the second line, it's always going to be a G, and as it turns out, shocker of shockers, in the treble clef right here, we've got our very first note is on the second line, and it is, of course, a G, so we're going to play G as our first note right there, and that's there. Now, next we're going to have a note that is on the third space up, that's 1, 2, 3, the third space up is always a C. So for this thing, try to not pay attention to, especially if this is your first time on level 2, try not to pay attention to all the stems of the notes. These guys right here, that thing, or that thing, or that thing, or that thing. Just pay attention to the round circly part of the note, and that's what's going to tell you what the note is. Also, inside of the round circly part, I wrote in the names of each of the notes, so you can kind of cheat that way. But even if the letters weren't there, you can still just go by its position on the lines and spaces and tell what the notes were going to be. And at the very, very beginning, in case you're in Clopple Academy level, I believe it's on level 2, you deal with quarter rests. And so we have 3 quarter rests there at the beginning, which is why in this song we count 1, 2, 3 at the beginning and not 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have 3 quarter rests, and then this is on that 4th beat, also called a pickup for those of you doing the Clopple Academy level 4 vocabulary. So there was a farmer with a dog, and Bingo was his name. By the way, these ones that are like they're just a circle and they're not filled in, like that one right there, that's called a half note. That's worth 2. So this one right here is supposed to be held a little bit longer. Other notes that are the same as that is that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. But notice that one right there is all filled in. So these 2 Fs right here are actually perfect for us. This one right here is a quarter note. I will put Q next to the quarter note. And this one right here is a half note. I'll put an H next to the half note. And so that's why that third one in that those 3 Fs gets held a little bit longer. So it's going to be quarter, 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 or I'm sorry, half right there, and you're going to hang on to it. Let me try that one more time. Quarter, quarter, half, and hang on to the half a little bit longer. I think that's all that you need, and hopefully Clopple isn't getting too bored now or using his stopwatch. Hopefully we still have time to go through this a couple times. So if you're on level 1, just play your version along with us, but if you're on level 2, try to read these notes and follow along, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. There is a farmer with a dog, and it was his name. B-I-N-G-O. Man, this is fast. All right, cool. And to get back at Clopple for the last level, we're going to try this thing again right now. Just jump right back into it. 1, 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog. Bingo was his name. There we go, and he still hasn't jumped in. So let's see. Had a feeling. Okay. I will hurry up. We did it twice already while you weren't watching, Clopple. Last time through. Here we go. 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog, and Bingo was his name. There you go. And so, like I said, you've got plenty of time to practice this, especially that last line is pretty crazy hard. So just try to get those first few notes there, but it is now time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
All right, and this week it is from Josh and Tristan, who says, Dear Jamin, how do you pick a song? If you go to learnpianolive.com/next song, it is all these songs that have only been suggested one time. So, hang on. You could either vote for one of those and get its second vote, or you could just send us any contact and let us know what song you want to do, and then we would put it on that list, and as soon as someone else votes for it as well, or whatever song gets the most votes, that's how we decide what we're going to do next. So if you want to have a vote in what songs should be next, go to learnpianolive.com/next song and either vote for one of the songs that are there, or just let us know what other song you wish we could do. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 3 to understand how this level works.
All right, so now we're on level 3. This is where we're going to throw in a little bit of left hand. This one is actually a little bit tougher than most of the level 3 left hands that we usually do, but it's not terrible. There's only 3 notes in it, 4 notes in it. 5 notes in it. All right. 5 notes in it. Anyway, but at the beginning here, we've just got this hand position right here. If you've been here before, then you might recognize this hand position where your pinky is on a C, and then we just go up 1 finger per note all the way up until that thumb should land nicely on that G right there. And right on the word was, you're going to play this C. Now, don't forget, these are all in the bass clef. So left hand is in the bass clef, and this is the bass clef chart here. So this is not the same chart as what you had before. That was a treble clef chart. It looked like that and had that symbol at the beginning. This is a bass clef chart and looks like that. So anyway, that C is going to line up with was. So this note right here, that there, is just going to be all by itself. You're just going to play there and then was. Just like that. A farmer is all just right hand where you're holding out that left hand C. And then right on with, you're going to play this F with a dog. This is the part that makes this actually a little bit tougher than most of them, is that sometimes we have to have more than one left-hand note in a measure. So they move kind of quickly, is what I'm trying to say. And also the track is crazy fast. So it's going to go, there was a farmer with a dog. Then you're going to play the same exact C again on that bing. And then on was, you're going to play a G, just like that. So together it would be, there was a farmer with a dog and bingo was. Yeah, it's really, really fast. And then this C is going to go right with name. So bingo was his name. Oh, let's just try that much with only the left hand and not even worry about the right hand. And if you're on level 1 or 2, just play your version along with us. Here we go. 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog and bingo was his name. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, let's try that again. Same exact thing. Get ready on that there if you're on level 1 or 2 and you're playing the right hand. And we count 1, 2, 3. You'll all come in. Here we go. Ready, and 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog and bingo was his name. Oh, and then the rest of the song pretty much works the same way. You're going to play a C lined up with a B, the word B, and the note is an E. Oh my goodness. The word is a B. The note is an E right here. Okay, and you're playing a C down there. So at that point in time, you're going to play a C, and then play an F lined up with that note. So B, I, N, G, O. This G is lined up with that note right there. B, I. This C is lined up with that note. N, G, O. And then the last one, B, I. This is an A right here. So you're going to have to slip your left hand out of position there for just a second, because you had these held down right here. But your left hand thumb is going to have to scooch up to that A. B, I, N-G-O. Is it going to be a D right there? And then bingo was his name. Oh, let's try just the left hand on this thing, and then we're going to actually check in with Nathan right after that. So here we go. If you're on level 1 or 2, no, wait, hang on, Clapple. If you're on level 1 or 2, you play the melody. We're not going to play any of the melody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There was a farmer with a dog. there you go. So anyway, then you try to put both of those hands together, which we're going to do more of in level 4. But first, let's check in with Nathan. I want to check in with him as soon as possible. Didn't give him a whole lot of time to practice the song and gave him no music to work with. And yet, here's what he came up with. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, of course you are. 2, 3, there. That was good, man. You made those mess ups look really authentic. That was impressive. Good job. I think he did that on purpose. But it that was really good. Even if you had really honestly messed up that many times, that would still be way ahead of normal. But I'm telling you, this guy, he's a great pianist. So anyway, you tell them. You know what to tell them.
Let's level up.
Let's level up. Yeah.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to
you're right
lower
there.
levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
I love that guy. All right, here we are on level 4. This is where we add in a whole ton of left hand. So we're gonna first start off. Yes, indeed. A little bit scary. Not if you've been here before, though. We've done this thing before, where we take a chord and we just break it up into its parts. So let me show you what a chord is. This symbol right here says that you're supposed to play a C chord. This one says you're supposed to play an F chord, and the C chord goes all the way up to an F chord. If I'm talking gibberish, that's because you haven't been to the next page yet, which tells you what all the chords are supposed to be. So it's time for a C chord. That means that you're going to play C's and E's and G's. It could be in that order. It is for level 4, but if you want to take them out of order, you can play a C and an E and a G if you wanted to. You don't have to play them C and then E and then G. But like I said, in level 4, it is in order, and so this is a C, and this is an E and a G, so we're just going to break it up. We're going to play a C down here, and an E and a G there. So that's your left hand. Those first 2 chunks right there are just the C chord, broken up. And that's the entire measure. I accidentally played the whole entire thing, because I played the same exact thing twice in a row. This next one right here is just the same exact thing with an F chord. So the F chord is, if we look on here, an F and an A and a C, and we're playing an F and an A, but we put the C on the bottom to make it easier to play because you already had a pinky sitting on that C. So it's still an F chord because it's an F and an A and a C. It's just not in the order that's right there on that page. So that's what that is right there. It's just the F chord with a dog, and this is back to the C chord. Still a C chord. This right here is a G chord, which is a G and a B and a D. Just trust me, or look on your page, your next page, G and B and a D. So, was his name O? So these are the top part of the C chord and the bottom part of the C chord. So far we've, at the time of a C chord, played a C chord. At the time of a G chord, played a G chord. At the time of a C chord, played the C chord. At the time of the F chord, just playing all the chords in order. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to say that. And then the next line is going to be the same exact thing. B, I, N, G, O. This is the F chord. Then the G chord, then the C chord, then the A minor chord, then the D minor chord, and then the famous Kids Learn Piano Live walk up G, G, A, B, C, right there. So G, G, A, B, C. So we did not play the chord that time. We just played those notes. And it'll sound really cool when you get all that together. And at this point, you don't really need the track either. It's good to practice it with the track, so you can practice, working up to that speed and smoothing it all out stuff. But once you just play this thing, it kind of sounds like a thing on its own. You don't really need the track. But anyway, we're going to try it with the track anyway. Track is crazy, crazy fast. If you're on level 1 through 3, do your version with us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, there. Walk up. There you go. That's both hands together. I think that's the whole entire thing. Let's try it one more time before I move on. 1, 2, 3. There. So then what you can also do is add in a bunch of other notes from those chords in your right hand. So that's all I did. I played the melody there and then added in a bunch of the other notes that were from the chord, but put them in my right hand instead of my left hand. But anyway, that's all of that. It's time now for us to play Major Minor. So here we go. I'm going to play 2 chords for you. You're going to tell me if the chord is either major or minor. And yes, Kendra, you're in on this one. Hi.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then the major chords, the ones that sound happy, they sound like this. They sound like they would be part of a happy song. Minor chords are kind of darker and sound like they might be part of a sad song. So that's a minor chord right there is the sad, dark, lonely, depressed one. And then the happy one is the major one. And sometimes it's hard to tell them apart when I just play a chord. So that's what the game is. I'm going to play it. You at home try to guess, and then Kendra's going to guess, and then you will see if she got it right or wrong. And if you got it right or wrong, the first one is this one right here.
So wait,
yes.
You're gonna play a chord and I have to guess if it's major or minor.
Yes, but you have to give the players along at home a second to think of it.
Cool.
Okay, so
All right.
first one here is this one. And I'll play each of the notes individually. Is that major or minor? What do you think?
Major?
Yes, absolutely. Major.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
job. All right, cool.
I
Next
just
one.
imagine like a happy song.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. So the next one is this one right here. What do you think?
Minor?
Minor. Yes, absolutely. Next one. Here we go. This is major or minor? What do you think?
Major?
Absolutely. All right, last one. And this one right here. What do you think?
Major?
Major again. Wow. 5 for 5. Way to go. Nice job. And that was major or minor. All right, cool. And if you're on Clapple Academy level, I believe 3, then you're already doing this major or minor stuff, and then you should be able to access a website where you can play this game on your own, because you have to play this game on your own in order to pass the Clapple Academy level 3 test. So anyway, you might already be playing this game at home. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
All right, so to get to level 5, you'll have to pass through level 4B, which was just the same exact thing as level 4, but in the recommended key, which, by the way, is the key of G. So in order to play in the key of G, all you have to do is find a G. In this case, it's this note right here, and then you're going to number that one as number 1. So it would look something like this. The graph on the like in your imagination, you would put these numbers on these keys, and it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on 7 you go to a black note, that F sharp, and then we're back to 1 again. And then, so those are the right notes for the key of G, and then you would play all of these notes, these numbers here in the key of G. So you would go 5, 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 1, 1. However, everybody else who's been playing this song so far on levels 1 through 4 is actually in the key of C, which, as you might imagine, is where you take C and you make it number 1, and then you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 before you're back to 1. And so now we're using all white notes, but it's going to be the same exact numbers in the same exact order and same exact way to play it through. You can start on 5 and go up to 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5. By the way, on level 5, I try to put these numbers like if you're supposed to go up to a note, I try to put it a little bit higher up, and if you're supposed to go down to it, then I try to put it a little bit lower, which is why this number 1 is slightly up from the 5. There, so you're supposed to go 5, 1. The most common problem on level 5 is to go something like 5, 1, like that, and just go the wrong direction. So make sure you're paying attention to the direction. You need the number, you need the direction. That's all you need. And then on the left hand, what you're going to play is all this stuff down here, where this is all the 1 chord right here. So just like we have the chords in level 4, we have chords in level 5, but you're making them yourself. So you're going to go to number 1, play every other note, just like that, and that's your 1 chord. So during that whole entire time, you can play the 1 chord stuff. There was a farm. Actually, that's exactly what we did for level 4. So we want to do something different, like there was a farmer. That's kind of pretty. So I'm just putting all those notes in a different random order. It doesn't matter what order you put them in. Just practice anything on purpose. Decide ahead of time. All right, I'm going to go from the top down to the bottom and then back up again. So there was a farmer. That sounds just fine. That's all the 1 chord. So then we got to switch to the 4 chord there. Same exact thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every other note. Bam, you got a 4 chord. So let's try first just the chord numbers all the way through. If you're on level 1 through 4, you play your version. And level 5 people, we're going to try to play the 1 chord and the 4 chord and whatever else comes up. Here we go. I'll call them out as we go. There was, that's the 1 chord. Here's the 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. 4. Oops, I messed up, sorry. 5 chord. And then the 1 chord, and then 6 chord, 2 chord, 5, 1 chord, 1 chord. All right, cool, I screwed that up. Let's try that again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, there. Here's the 1 chord. Here's the 4 chord. Here's the 1 chord. 5 chord, 1 chord. Still the 1 chord. 4 chord. 5, 1, 6 chord, 2 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. All right, cool. So now that I finally got the chords down, now we're going to try some of that stuff with adding in the right hand numbers. On your mark, get set, and here we go. Chord, 1 chord, 2 chord, so something like that would totally work. So that's all of the right hand numbers and then the left hand chords in whatever order you want to put those notes. And then of course after that you get to like play with the melodies and stuff and change up the rhythms or change up a couple of the notes or whatever and just kind of improvise, which if you're on Clopple Academy level 1 even, you guys are doing some improvising where you just like make up the melodies and stuff like that. So you can kind of do a little bit of that inside of a song and it makes it sound kind of cooler, kind of like this. Here we go. Something like that. I don't know if all that sounded good, but anyway, you get the idea. You can kind of mess with the melody a little bit. Let's check in with Nathan and see what he's got now. Turn this thing into a grand masterpiece. So, yeah, you've had no music out there at all. You're just following along, and you kind of already know the song in your head. You've heard the song before. Okay, so anyway, this is what Nathan has come up with. It is you don't have to make it as far as Nathan has made it. But anyway, on your mark, get set. Do you want me to? Yeah, I can get it. Oh, hang on, timeout. That wasn't fair. Oh, I didn't even hear that. Do you want to scoot up a little bit? I can get out of the way. Yeah, no, I'm kind of, yeah, there you go. All right, now, here we go. 2, 3. That's ridiculous. Yeah, nice job, dude. That was awesome. Cool. So anyway, you know what they're all waiting for, though, right?
Yes.
They're wanting to know, did I win the $10 gift card? Yeah, well, let's find out. Congratulations, Dalton. You were the chat winner today. Congratulations, Therese. Let us know what prize you want, and if it's a $10 gift card, to what store you want it to go to. Next week, we're probably doing Lightly Row, or I guess whatever you guys vote on to be our next one. Send us your videos of you playing songs, and don't forget to do the Daily Music Challenge. We love you. Bye. Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today, and also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're going to go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos, and then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video, and maybe you could even be the featured video and you get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that. Let us know if you have any questions. And we'll see you back here next week. All right. Thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.